Guys and gals, we are back. It is a special day. Today is Force Wipe. We have some new things we want to get into, change things up a little bit. But for now, without spoiling too much, let's get off the beach. All right, we have a bow. Let's go seek some murder. Ooh, guys, I about threw that. All right, not bad, not bad. Guys, I should have warmed up before this. My hands are pretty cold here. All right, but the important thing is we won. What's the other guy got? With our build spot up ahead, we looted what we could and rushed to it hoping we would be the first ones there. Alrighty, we already have a group. We are not going to go that way. With my build spot taken, I decided to throw a shack down and scope the area out to see if this place was even viable to live in. Alright, I'm already being chased, dude. I've been out of my base for 2 seconds. Alright, we're going to fight this. Oh my god, of course it's a little kid. Well, we already got someone building right next to us. I think I'm just gonna grab our loot and we're gonna go to base location 2. What? How does that kill me? All right, no one got our loot. Was not even stressed a little bit, boys. After that minor slight mishap, I ended up hopping back on the horse and heading to the new build spot. And putting down the shack, we got straight to work. Alrighty guys, the base I am building is gonna look like a William starter, but it is not. This is a base that I designed on my own. It should be pretty good at online raid defense. I've never built it before, so I'm not 100% sure. I know it's really expensive, but we will figure this out together. Alrighty, boys, we are secure. We are secure and looking good. So our first base spot didn't work out here. So we packed up and started traveling across the map, and we ended up right here. And we are located, surprisingly, right next to underground train tunnels and underwater labs. These two monuments are going to generate us damn near infinite scrap. And on top of the scrap, this is also node heaven. The biggest downfall of said area is going to be we have 0 recyclers nearby, but trust me, we'll figure that out. And so before nighttime hit, I went out, grabbed a couple more nodes, found myself a kill, and then transferred all the loot from the shit shack to the main base, and this allowed me to place a few goodies down. Alright, we had a pretty productive day 1. Let's try and snowball this into day 2. Alright boys, let's use our lead, our nail gun, and seek some murder. Hey, we got a water pipe. All right, we go again. Hey, it's insane. Guys, let's go get some wood.
Hello there.
What? Why is there a guy there? All right, guys, I want to head into the tunnels, but I need a little bit of cloth. So I think I'm going to chainsaw some cactus, and we're going to try the underground trains. And now that I had plenty of cloth, we head our happy asses down into the train tunnels. Boys, we are looking shloated. That was an insane run. The comps are nice. I wish I had a place to recycle it, but that'll come later. It'll come once I get myself a vehicle. All right, unfortunately for us, we didn't get any blueprint frags from tunnels, but I think I'm gonna learn down to spear, gun, and spear. Maybe get myself DB, and I think we might just swim out to underwater labs and see if we can make a play there. Hopefully we can kill someone with cards. Oh, there's a boat in front of us. Wonder if I can make a play here. Oh, this is perfect. This guy has no idea. Oh, baby. Show me the money. If your friend comes, he'll get it too. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. I'm gonna go home and depot. All right, a little bit more loot for the boys. Let's head back and try and do labs this time. Now, I did head back to labs, but as soon as I got there, the entrance was already being camped and I whiffed and we died. Unfortunate as it may be, but I noticed another opportunity arise. The underground train entrance door was shut and I had left it open just 10 minutes prior, meaning someone was down there. So it left only one option, and that was for me to camp it. All right, here they come. Our moment. Oh my God, I played that so bad, but I killed one. I killed one for sure. I just jumped and made too much noise. I should have been at the front entrance. Where's the DB at? Good. They're still here. Or at least one of them's still here. Okay, I'm growing impatient. I'm gonna force this. This guy's been waiting for 7 or 8 minutes. Come on out. You know you want to get me. Oh, here he is. This little rat's his friend. All right, I know the moment I shoot this next shot, he is going to push out, so I'm gonna shut the door. I'm gonna shoot him, shut the door, reload, kill him. Shut the door. He's coming up now, I bet you. Oh, I called it. Oh, I called it so easy. And he's loaded. He's a blueprint frag dude. We gotta get home. And we get the revo. All right, guys, that's amazing. That is insane. All right, that makes our first blueprint frag. We just need 4 more to go. After I depot, I'm gonna head back and see if they can give us anything more. And I went back, but the entrance was being camped. After that death, I took a break and came back and scoured the map and found a shop selling blueprint frags for some sulfur. So, we got straight to it. With the sulfur now acquired, I had what it took to buy the blueprint frags, but I didn't have my mode of transport to make it to Outposts. As you see, it is over 12 grids away, and with the server being at 500 pop, walking there would be impossible. But luckily for me, I noticed a vehicle on the road, an armored vehicle, which, if used right, would allow me to get to Outposts safely. I researched engine components, and we got straight to work. With the new blueprint frag system, it is becoming increasingly harder to get these frags on your own as a solo. With a wise investment and a little bit of luck finding a good car, you can take just a little bit of sulfur and cross the map safely, arriving at Outposts to buy them from the groups. Not to mention all the other amenities Outpost gives you. Not gonna lie, that was kind of stressful, but we made it, boys. I just grab a couple of parts and we'll get right to it. Just like that, we had made it back from Outpost with 3 blueprint frags, a blue card, and a bunch of scrap and cloth. Resources we desperately needed. And now we were just 1 frag away from the ever so sought after Tier 2. And I would be taking my new blue card and head to labs to try and fix it. Alrighty, now we can make a Tier 2. We have all the resources to make a Tier 2. I think I'm gonna do one more run down there, and we will maybe figure out what to do after that. Is there any more? Hey, not bad. A spare blue card, too. Hey, not bad for a little bit of a DB action, if I say so myself. I think labs is going to be our best option for PvP right now. Land roaming, there's like a big group roaming around in that God Rock, so I think labs is going to be our best bet. Hey! Oh my, look at all those grenades. M39 and Glock isn't terrible. It's not a researchable gun, but we'll take it. And while we were going out to do another big farm run, we realize we have neighbors. All right, it looks like we're gonna have some neighbors. And I've already fired the first shot, so I don't think there's a chance we're gonna be friendly. So I put this on the back burner for now and continued my farm run, but ran into a little issue. Oh my god, the sun's in like the worst spot. Of course, he has a Revo too. Guys, this might be the end of my M39. Oh my god, what a shot. Well, I think I'm gonna grab my Glock and maybe investigate my neighbors. All right, let me hit a quick depot and see if I can't come back and try and go deep on one of them. Yo.
Thought I'd ask. Why are you running around with a DB if you got a 3-story stone base, bro?
I knew you were mad. Dude, I'm a solo. Get out of here. And to save you from the arguing back and forth, this guy was not happy with me. I ended up putting a bullet in his head, and he came back over with a little threat.
You probably should stay up the rest of the week. Probably should.
I should what? Dude, you're not gonna raid me. Shut up.
We are fucking 10 deep. We're 10 deep. Find out, buddy. Find out.
So, not wanting to have a ladder put on my base and get door camped and lose potentially a lot of loot, I had to make a couple upgrades, seeing as how I had a 10-man now living in the area. And I would say making some upgrades was the right choice because they came over to door camp me and steal my boat just moments later. Oh my god, dude, I was about to take that to go to cargo. Well, looks like we're not going to cargo, boys. I mean, I did start this war. So unfortunately, them taking my boat, as well as door camping me, made me waste enough time to miss the cargo ship. But it's alright. I turned my eyes towards underwater labs once more. Oh, there's people here. Okay, one's dead. I think there's two more.
Hello there.
Hey, we'll take it. Not bad. Ooh, I think I just heard someone. Well, we didn't get cargo loot, but we did get a handsome bit here. I'm sure there's more people there, so let's head back. We came back with full heavy pot, but we got jumped on our way in, and I had to mute the auto right here because these guys were spamming some really not nice words. But we did die. So I made my way back out and noticed the train entrance door was shut once more, meaning someone was down there. So I came back with a DB and found myself another kill. Hey, that's nice. We'll take it. And after we made it home with that bag, I was scouring the map for the shops, hoping to find advanced blueprints. And there it was. 5 in stock for 2,000 each. And since this wipe started, I haven't been really smelting my sulfur, so I had a handsome bit already saved up. And after one more tiny farm run, we had the required sulfur necessary to get it. All we had to do was get there. So I placed down my car lift, pulled my car out of the water, which my neighbors so rudely pushed there, got myself a little bit of upgraded engine components, and took a bag and started heading to outposts. Boys, if this wasn't an armored car or I was on a horse, I would have never made this run. All right, please be in stock still. All right. Boys, we have our tier 3. We have the advanced blueprints for our tier 3. Get hyped. We are looking up. This is monumental. These clans, they gifted a solo like me a tier 3. It might have been a little pricey, but we got it nonetheless. And 6.5 hours in. I also, there's cameras and laptops for sale. That's why I brought these blueprints right here. This will come in handy when I want to put turrets around my base. But now let's recycle. And here's a quick look at all the loot I obtained from outposts on this short trip, thanks to my car. I then hopped back in the whip and made it home safely and depoted everything else. Now at this point, I could have used all my scrap to research down to like a better gun, but I wanted automation and I wanted progression more than I wanted to fight. So we automated electric furnaces, filled them up with all the metal we had, and then we got straight to building the base before we got off. All right, boys, it is time for bed. We have had a very productive day 1. We have a tier 3, which is monumental. But I have done a lot. I think tomorrow we're going to work on a farm. But I will see you boys then. Hopefully we're not raided. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We have gotten about 5 hours of sleep, but it is plenty. But I was thinking last night before I went to bed, I want to get a farm going. So I think all my attention and resources are going to be working on a farm. Hey, we got a Jackie, boys. That's big. Oh my god, my poor heart, dude. If he would have killed me, I would have been so sad. What? I've got a god clone! And as you can see, the chicken pie gave me a god clone for the blueberry and almost perfect clones for the rest. Either triple Y double G or triple G double Y. I went AFK for a little bit and spent time just cloning these, so I had a bunch of extras before doing a full planting cycle. And at this point, it was still early in the morning, so there wasn't much action, but I ended up learning down to SKS and doing tunnels and underwater labs back and forth, which netted me a lot of comps. And after making it back with a fat load from underground train tunnels, I decided to head back, but this time it would end a little bit differently. Guys, my raid alarm just went off. I think I'm getting raided. In fact, I am getting raided. Another one went off. I have no kits at home. I just have to go back. If I have one kill here, there's just nothing I'm gonna do. What are the odds? All right, we gotta lock in, boys. All right, I think I'm gonna dump the comps over here in the corner and then go up and just... Okay, maybe not. I think I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit. All right, wish me luck. Holy guns, oh my god. All right, we go to the farm base. I am not gonna go into my main base. I still think I'm getting raided. My front door is missing. Maybe they've seen how much it's gonna cost and they just backed up. Or they seen I was a solo. But again, I'm not risking it. I'm gonna depot first. Okay, boys, we are still getting raided. It is the 8-man. All right, I'm gonna steal the bunker. Alrighty, I think they're gone. I don't think they wanted to spend all the boom on this.
Oh, hi!
Hi. Why are you in here? Alright, I think that is the raid defense. I think they just didn't want to spend more rockets. All right, boys. We didn't lose everything. That's always a plus. All right. We had a slight tiny scare here. I think we should focus on upgrading the base a little bit more. We're going to tech tree down to turret, the last two. We're going to place a few down. Now we got 6 turrets. Let me go transfer the loot from the farm base and the drop boxes in. Boys, it's looking beautiful. All right, we should have enough to make our first pure ore tea. Just make sure we're not being door camped. I think we're good. All right, let's go hit some nodes. And hopefully this thing gives me a blue. There goes a pure ore tea. And so that was the missile silo group, the ones who tried to raid me. Well, they made me waste a pure ore tea, and I wasn't too happy. But the next night cycle, I went out looking for revenge, but I didn't find it on them. In fact, all I did was steal some scrap from the village. But nevertheless, I had some berries left over, which allowed me to make another pure ore tea. So we drank it and went right back out for another farm run. All right, hopefully one of these gives us a blue card and we can go back to Underwater Labs when we want. Hey, we got the blue card. That is sick. Let's just make some room and we'll depot. I do want to go to Outpost and sell my ore because I think that might be the next agenda. Because if you didn't know, orchids sell for an insane amount of scrap. But first, I'm going to use the rest of this tea. We're gonna go back out. And no more blue cards, but one is plenty. Ooh, hello. Ooh, hello and goodbye. Ooh, another 200 scrap. All right. And as I was continuing my farm run, I noticed the vendor was traveling the road. So I headed back, got all my scrap, and we had to go abuse this, hoping there would be high qual. Guys, I'm having like PTSD here. All right, come on. All right, we're out. We're out. Dude, I've been killed here so many times looting with a car. See how many people are here? And with all that high qual I got, I went ahead and crafted up myself 6 turrets, but I didn't place them down just yet because I wanted to head to Outpost. So my orchids were fully ripe, so I went to go harvest them, and I ended up with over 400 of these beautiful little flowers. And if you didn't know, these sell for a crap ton of scrap at Outpost and Ranch. So after making it there safely with my car, I ended up selling a couple times over, and I ended up with over 2,000 scrap. And I found a guy who was DC'd, which gave me 3 advanced blueprint frags. What? What? And feeling on top of the world, I hopped in my whip and I headed home. That is a tragedy. I'm like so demotivated to play now. So I had gotten complacent with the safety of my car, and I lost all of this loot. 2,300 scrap, almost 1,000 cloth, 3 blueprint frags, and an inventory of wood. As demotivating and sad as it may be, I pressed on and I made myself a shop to try and recoup some of the lost profit. And here's a little look at what I was selling my loot for. Now, living in the desert means there's almost no trees. So I decided to take my boat and a pure wood tee and head to the snow to fix that. But along the way, plans seem to have changed. Wait a minute, cargo's out, boys. Do I just counter that? All right, there's a guy in the front. Guys, I almost flubbed. All right, we're in a good spot. No one expects me back here. Jesus, how am I still alive? How does that not kill me? All right, show me something good. Hey, we got an AK! All right, we gotta go. Boys, we made a play. I wouldn't say this makes up for the lost 2,300 scrap, but we do have a win. Wasn't even worried, boys. Whew, we'll take it. And now we have an AK Bolty. AK Bolty full kit. Pretty nice. And after I successfully deposited everything, I went back to my original plan, and I grabbed a purity and my chainsaw, and we went to the deep snow with a boat and got an inventory of wood. And then I noticed a little silly goober trying to parachute onto oil. And now that I had a bunch of wood, I was finally able to finish the base. So, before hopping off, that's just what I did. And with the base complete, all that was left was to put embrasures and turrets and all these other doodads down. And the biggest downside of this base is it lacks a shooting floor, but that's what this roof compensates for. I used my scrap to learn down to bed and then place locker kits all around the base. All right, boys, I am not going to be on for all night like last night. I'm going to get a little bit of sleep. Hopefully we'll wake up to day 3 with our base not raided. The base is complete except for a few minor upgrades to metal, but I think we had a very productive day 2. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys for day 3. Peace. Boys, we are back. We are back, and I only got about 6 hours of sleep. I have a really bad degenerate sleeping schedule, but I digress. First things first, let's check the shop. All right, that's not bad. A little bit of upkeep. The real question is, did we get any high qual? Hey, 90's not bad either. Oh. All right, boys, we don't need stone. And even though I didn't need stone, I still went out for my ceremonial morning time farm run. There's a guy here. There's a camper van here. Oh my god, how did I not see that guy? All right, we're gonna take AK. We're gonna go get revenge. Wait a minute, that guy was AK. Oh, baby. All right, let's get home. Oh my god, what was that guy doing? That's 3, 6, just 8,000 sulfur. So after that huge win, I went ahead and restocked my vending machines. I no longer needed stone or wood, so I changed it to scrap. This would allow me to learn down to boom, because today I wanted to do a lot of raids. And after a quick labs run and coming back, well, my shop had put in some serious work, netting me close to 700 scrap, plus the loot I got from labs. Well, I started learning down, getting ever so closer to the Rocket BP. And as I was out roaming, I noticed a new group moving into the area right next to Missile Silo. So I was wrapping around to try and intercept them, but they cut me off. All right, one dead. Seeing how this group was already tier 2, I went over to their base to camp it and see if I might find where the TC is. And after about 10 minutes of no sound, daytime rolled around, and footsteps started to emerge. And little did I know, it was a surprise for me. Okay, dude, there's at least 4 of them. Oh my god, if I'm gonna hit this base, I need to hit it soon before they expand. And so, my shop had done a little bit more work through the night, and netted me just enough scrap to learn down to rocket. I then crafted up a couple, and we went back to pay them a visit. Alright, here we go, moment of truth. Wish me luck, boys! And do you guys see what's wrong with this picture? Well, I do. Oh my god, I forgot the extra C4. And as you're gonna hear, well, maybe not because I'm voicing over it, I was annoyed. But I went ahead and placed the box down, full depoted everything behind a rock, spawned back at the base, grabbed the C4, came back, looted everything, and luckily enough, they had not come back yet. So, we went ahead and continued raiding. Man, dude, it might not look like it, but these guys have a lot of loot. Just spread out, at least a lot of guns. Oh, dude, I almost threw that. And after full securing the base, I dekitted and went out to go check the surrounding area. And at the exact moment, they were coming back from whatever they were doing. Okay, where did they come from? Where'd that guy come from? And I went ahead and left while the getting was good, or so I thought, with the best loot. Oh my god, this game is such a horror film. I think he's it. Alright, I'm not taking any chances. I'm just gonna depot this loot real quick. Back in the base. And after securing all that guy's loot, his MP5, and clearing the area several times, and placing a turret, I made sure I was safe before I transferred all this loot. Which all made it safely back to my little gremlin boxes. And on the way back, I decided to do a little run for the this and that, and I noticed a decaying base between the base I just raided and my own base. So I came back after this depot run, inspected it, and thought I needed to crack it open. So we did just that. All right, for one rocket to ease my curiosity, I'd say this was worth it. Yeah, whoever lived here just straight up moved. I was just chilling in the base on my phone, toggling around, watching them reels, and people came over to inspect. I then began preparing for a potential counter raid. All right, do one rocket, and here's like 3 people. I think I'm just gonna have to rocket PvP them. I don't want to, but I might have to. Dude actually got up. And we're gonna boat away into the sunset. The raid sucked, but the counter was pretty good. We ended up heading back and grabbing the Tommy we forgot, and picked up all the loot we F1'd with. Then we just go ahead and throw it in a box because we don't care about organization. The next order of business was to upgrade all my locker kits to tier 3 weaponry, or at least a Tommy or SAR or better. And while I was out on my next roam the following day cycle, a new base had popped up in the area, so we decided to take the role of loot inspector upon ourselves and open it up. I mean, not horrible loot, but it's all right. Take it. We're gonna steal the roof real quick and place a TC and we should be good.
You okay, motherfucker? What about right here?
Are you okay?
Stupid bitch.
You mother is kurwa.
What? And as I was heading home, I would run into a little bit of lag, which would later be found out to be the server getting DDoSed. Oh my God, what is happening? What was that? Needing to do more raids, I can't neglect my farming duties, so I popped into their purity, and out we went. And after all the beef me and my neighbors been through for the past 2 days, they came to me with a truce and asked for a trade, which I happily obliged. I gave them some basic blueprint frags, or the ever so sought after charcoal, which I was severely lacking. And for my berry clones, I made a trade for some high qual.
I just need to.
It was time for me to make another trip to Outposts. This time, I was going to be ready. I was putting asbestos armor into my armor slots, meaning if someone hit me with the HV, I would be able to tank it. But nevertheless, it was folly because I made it to Outpost safe and did a huge sell for all my orchids, and then a bigger cycle run, got advanced blueprint frags, as well as a couple knickknacks. Then I went over to the blackjack table and proved my prowess, and was able to gamble my way up to buy myself a SAM site. I was taking 0 chances. I used my remaining scrap to buy a heli, which transported me safely back home. 12-man village neighbors came over trying to make a few more deals for frags, so I obliged and got a little bit more sulfur and charcoal in return. But after this, one of their allianced neighbors came over to me and let me know that the village all got banned. So one of them apparently got banned on a previous wipe for inappropriate fireworks and decided to load up Rust on an alt account and got hit with a ban evasion. And the rest of the village also got hit with association. I shed my single tear and moved on and decided to head back to train tunnels. But as you can see, it's extremely laggy. And what's next might surprise you. Oh my God, what is this? What is this? Guys! Dude, you better teleport me back up. No. What in the fuck was that? Oh, what? And so while the server was unstable, I went ahead and spent 40 minutes organizing my base and putting all the best loot in core. And here's a look at all the loot I've accumulated thus far. This also doesn't include my locker kits, which shows about 20 more kits and about 15 more guns. As I was doing some finishing touches in the base, I heard something beneath my feet. All right, guys, I think we're gonna have to take a mild little detour and see if we can counter that train. Hey, 200 scrap. Hey, not bad, boys. All right, now we have a full comps box. You love to see it. All right, boys, the server is pretty laggy. It's intermittent, but I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in like 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4. We'll see. But I'll see you boys then. Peace. And upon returning 4 hours later, a new base had surfaced in the area, and it had a very exploitable weak point that I thought I just might make use of. Alright, I mean, this guy is so low. I mean, it's just your standard 2x1. Just 4 rockets. I think we gotta hit it, boys. Oh my God, holy farm. All right, we're sealed. Show me the money. All right, look, 600 crude. What a farmer. Okay. All right. Hey. Dude's kind of loaded. Dude's so loaded. So, after placing the TC, I was hearing counters outside, so I waited for them to go away and began making 3 transfer runs. And just when I thought I couldn't handle any more loot, the Rust gods delivered me more. All right, we're gonna chase this guy down. This might have been the guy I heard doing missile silo. If he is, dude, this guy's gotta be loaded. That's missile silo loot. What's in the backpack? Oh, I knew it, dude. This guy's so loaded. All right, I'm gonna dump my raid backpack here, pick up the other one, and I'll come back for this later. After full looting the backpack and the guy's body, I went home, and we were absolutely loaded. My base was filled to the brim. went ahead and did a few more upgrades since I had all these extra resources before grabbing myself some food. All right, boys, I've just been in base AFK watching some Willie J, and someone is building outside of my base. I think I might be getting raided. All right, boys, it's happening. We gotta lock in. I'm gonna seal bunker and let's get to a date. No. Let's get straight to a raid defense. Oh my god. All right, it's happening, boys. Get hyped. Here we go. Let me go ahead and turn off this raid alarm. I already know I'm getting raided. Boys, this is not looking good. We are absolutely getting pummeled. All right, this should be an easy seal. Okay, or not. No! All right, this may look bad, but I think we're still looking good. I should be able to seal this pretty easy. All right, now we can seal the rest of the base. Oh my god, boys, I'm so buns. All right, one more dead. I think we get our body and we should be able to seal. Our turret should be able to cover us. Oh. Hey, our turret's killed this guy. Guys, I think that's the raid. There's no way they continue, right? All right, we're gonna grab our body and we're gonna seal once more. We gotta hurry up before they breach again. All right, and we're sealed. Kinda. Okay, come on. Alrighty, now we're sealed. Boys, I think we won. Boys, I think we won the raid defense. Actually, if I'm being honest, my turrets won this. These guys were absolutely not happy. They just blew 25 rockets onto my base and didn't get a single morsel of loot. Not to mention, they gifted me 13 rockets and 2 C4. And after a little bit of them scouring around the base, they finally turned and went home with their tail between their leg, which gave me time to take out their turret. And as I was about to raid the raid base, the server was going through a change. The server had been DDoS for the past day and a half, causing intermittent connection and a lot of intermittent lag, and finally they were doing something about it. And this caused me to take a break. And when I came back, well, let's just say I was being raided once more. Ooh. Guys, I think I'm getting raided again. I hear multiple footsteps. Guys, I messed up. I should have raided this one at the chance like 5 minutes ago. Well, we gotta lock back in. I didn't fill all my locker kits up again, so I'm already at a disadvantage. Okay, dude, that guy is so suspicious. How do you know I was right there? Oh my god, they're laddering to my roof. Dude, that's not good. And the biggest weakness of this base is I have no retakes to my roof. Once someone gains control over it, it's GG. And that's when the real pummel began. Guys, this might be hopeless, but I gotta make a play. I know the moment I open one of these garage doors, I'm gonna get rocket PvP'd, but I think it's my only play. All right, wish me luck. All right, guys. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, where are my seal mats? Oh my god, I'm playing so bad, I'm freaking out. Oh my god, that was my chance to seal! Dude, I played so bad. And they ended up retaking my roof. That was my chance to reseal the base, but I flubbed so hard, just not making a building plan and hammer and sealing the roof. And I know from a third party's perspective, it looks like it was super easy, but I promise you I was super stressed. But I had one more Hail Mary play, and that was to seal the breach. I had seen where they came in, and knowing they were out to get more boom, this was my only chance. All right, we're sealed. There's not much I can do from this position, but... And while sitting in base throughout the night cycle, debating on what to do, it came upon me that I had the golden opportunity to seal my base, meaning it would take them an extra 24 rockets just to get the core loot. So I began repairing what I could and started upgrading and picking everything up to grief the base. And in my core, I had over 35 rockets worth of boom and 6 fully charged jackies. I was prepared for them to see this base, and they were to back off knowing that it would take 24 more rockets just to get core loot. But I underestimated them. After I sealed myself in, they continued to blow.
No, we only got satchels now, unfortunately.
There ain't no way. Shut up. Oh, that would be so fucking cooked. A grenade had hit me through the wall and killed me. Somehow, some way. Well, they know that it's going to take 24 more rockets to finish this raid, and they blow it anyways. Now, trust me, I did try to defend, but it was almost impossible. They had 3 guys holding all the entrances, a guy on the roof with him too, and a rocketer. There was nothing I could do to make a play. These guys used over 60 rockets to raid my base this go around, and they absolutely pummeled it to the ground. There was almost nothing left besides a couple tier 1 and tier 2 guns that were P2s and Revies. And I didn't have the strength to continue. I had already built so much, and afterwards they ended up hitting my farm base as well. It was pretty demoralizing, and this is where the video ends. If you guys did like, please shoot a comment, subscribe, whatever you can helps. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Peace.